All right, thank you, Mr. Berentango. That's a wonderful, wonderful content you shared with us. I'm sure we all have learned so much by now. And I wonder who's our next speaker.
So our next speaker is going to be Sergey Shashev from Everscale. Everscale is a layer one blockchain. They're based here in Jakarta. They're going to tell us more about what they are doing, what you can do for working with them and implementing on their new amazing technology. It's their layer one blockchain. Big round of applause for Sergey. Thank you so much.
Hello, let's speak about really heavy topics. Our main topics is CBDC. We are working in different countries, and we are starting to work in Indonesia too. My name is Sergey Shashev. I worked in all my life in different IT projects, and last 5 years it's only blockchain project. Our specialization is layer one, Everscale, and different kind of finance on top of the Everscale. Yeah, about our distribution, we are working in different country. Our R&D office in Serbia, top business development in United Emirates, and also we created some forepost in Asia. And for us, main country in Asia is Indonesia. This is why I'm living here, and part of my team are living and working here too. So about plan, I think a lot of you hear about CBDC, maybe read some article, but a lot of people know are writing only laws and concept how to do it. We are writing code. What's the difference? CBDC is a central bank digital currency, and one of the big paradox of CBDC, it's how to launch it. Because all central bank very conservative, and there are only 4 countries who did it. First of all, China. I will speak about it a little bit later. And but we developed another way how to do it, because it's possible to start CBDC project from stablecoin stage. About CBDC, why it's necessary in current world? Because during COVID time and now during war time, unfortunately globalization don't work like it worked before. A lot of countries started to divide to different region and create ecosystem inside this region. And bank system don't work like it was 10 years ago. A lot of people must understand how we get this money, and Swift processing are working not in 1 day, not in 2 days. Sometimes you need to spend 1 month and more to send your money from one country to another country. It's terrible, and it's decrease speed of economy. And of course, what we see now, it's a big changing in geopolitics regarding the war. Because maybe we will see a lot of different conflicts in our future. And in this time, financial system should work. And if we will remember about blockchain, why his solution was developed, it's about how to work in untrusted environment. And our world, unfortunately, are moving to this untrusted environment. Next. So about CBDC, how it's now and in different countries. Numbers on numbers here. I want to talk a little bit more about Nigeria and Naira. We launched with CBDC several months ago. It's a little bit small amount, some million, but it's in testing. But it's one of the best legal framework, and a lot of country are starting using Naira framework to work. And of course, the biggest game now in China. Next. Yeah. So about China, China started doing CBDC 5 years ago. A lot of countries are starting just now, and China have 5 years for. And I think that in nearest future, a lot of countries will have issues, use CNI or use own CBDC. And it's 100 million of users in China, and it's grow every month. A new region join to this program. And regarding Chinese plan, in next 10 years, all cash from country will be removing totally, and all country will live in CBDC world. Next. What's the difference between cash digital banking and CDBC. First of all, CBDC is allow to central bank control all finance, and this is why Chinese choose this way. And it's total in digital, and it's total transparency. And a lot of country want to use this model now because if your money live in digital, you can move it cross border without any banks. It's very good for trade finance system and for day-to-day using for different people. Next. Yeah, it's about what's the main problem, what's CBDC can solve, and I want to speak only about third point about liquidity. In the real world, in current bank's world, on the central bank can print any money distributed between commercial bank, and commercial bank can use this leverage to earn money from business and from people. In CBDC can be a big change player because it can work without any commercial bank, and without commercial bank, without leverage, and it will not allow to banks create any kind of manipulation. And banks can create liquidity from tax flow or from loans from another country. For example, we have one case in Serbia, and Serbia want to get money from another big country. Which country? Next. So, but now we are in this region, and let's talk about it. One of the reasons why we are thinking that stablecoin and CBDC conception is the best here is because near half of population in Indonesia unbanked. They can use Gojek, they can use Grab, but they have no bank account, they have no credit cards. And for example, if you're living in Europe, you have several bank accounts, several cards, and you can use without any problem. But not same picture here. And this is great opportunity for these people start from digital. They don't need to spend their time with banks. Next. CBDC, it's not only, and stablecoins, it's not only about cash and about how to use it in the today. It's about trade finance. Because you can use it, for example, if you have rupiah here and you have dirhams in United Emirates, and during export-import operation for trade finance, you can do directly operation dirham to rupiah without transit for American dollar, and you will decrease your transaction cost, and you will dramatically decrease different kind of change operations. Next. It's possible to do trade finance system more easier because in traditional trade finance system you need to use some kind of bank, some kind of insurance, and a lot of different heavy contracts, documents and payments, and per each trade finance between two countries in operation, it's near more than 100 transactions, more than it's 1,000 of it's ton of documents. Using CBDC, you can dramatically decrease flow and do it all transparency in blockchain, and use native currency in different country for operation and for matching. Next. The next big topic in South Asia is remittance. We have started work on the Philippines. It's possible to set up similar model here. Near 4 million people from Indonesia are working not in homeland country. They work in a different country, and they need to transfer money to families every month. And system like Western Union are living in this flow a lot of years, and it's a big conversion costs and big in big transaction cost, and also you need to meet physical office. With digital, you can avoid it. You don't need to spend time to meet Western Union office, and you don't spend big commission to transfer your money to your family. Next. So in the in the big picture, CBC can improve this process in the country. It's optimization for cross-border payments because people will not spend a lot of commission and transaction cost. It's also easy way to achieve unbanked people. Because, for example, if people using Gojek or Grab, they also can use CBDC in this application, and they can get access to deposit and to credit different credit products. Also, in this model, it's easy to attract liquidity from another country, from external liquidity, because liquidity provider can easily put money and return money. And it's not need to create heavy documents and heavy bank operations to achieve it. And of course, in blockchain, you can create different services. So why I think that CBC in Indonesia will be extremely cool case, because Indonesia it's #1 country by using digital wallets in South Asia, because all people have Gojek and Grab, and it's digital wallets, and a lot of e-wallet transaction, and it's very young country, and young people can using new technology very quickly. They don't need to spend a lot of time for it, and extremely big using of mobile services in Indonesia, which is why CBDC and stablecoin system, I think it will be easy to penetrate in this country. Next. So a few words about our technology and when I think that it's one of the best option here. In Everscale, we solve CBDC paradox. What kind of paradox? Because from every crypto user point of view, your key is your money. Because key, only you can transfer your asset. But from any central bank, from any commercial bank, it's impossible because they need set up KYC policy, different kind of restriction politics, and etc. In Everscale, each address is smart contract, and you can easily divide assets and ownership of your wallets. And for example, bank can create any modification in your wallets. For example, set up new limit, but bank can't use your asset. And this system is very convenient, and which is why, for example, we are now doing similar system in United Emirates. Next. Next. Yeah. Tak, I already talked about it, so we can move to next slide. Yeah, about our main cases. Our first case is Everscale. It's open ecosystem, and there are different kind of services inside, like DEXs, bridges, wallets, and different stuff. It's a private ecosystem in United Emirates. It's called Venom, and Venom it's a blockchain that will work in MENA region, and several countries are ready to launch stablecoins in Venom to create new trade finance system in this region. And one of the cases is that it's a stable peso in Philippines. We are now in testing, and we will scale with our partner G5 Group. So for a CBDC ecosystem, you don't need to develop real heavy environment because you don't need service. You can use blockchain, like our blockchain, and you don't need to have a lot of business logic application because you can easy to update smart contracts. And for example, you can avoid KYC during the time using soft sovereign identity system. What's allow you to provide your data, but you owner of your data, and you can choose what bank will get, what bank will not get. from your data. And the current financial system with exchanges, with bridges, and with different financial institutions, of course, we need to change to allow CBDC to this world. It's a process. But regarding our experience, this way is not so difficult if you are starting from stablecoin and step by step. Next. Something to end. Yeah, we are living in the big economic crisis. It just started. It was only 2 years ago. And regarding history, this crisis can be in 10 years, in 15 years. And after it, financial system will be total different. And one of the big point in new system will be CBDC, because now near 200 countries are starting to research it. 40 countries are starting to build it, and the 4 countries are just integrated it. And I think that this country, Indonesia, very innovation, and Indonesia can be one of the leader in this sport. Thank you.
Round of applause for Sergey.